If you've been doing marketing the same way you did 6 months ago, you're toast. This year has flipped hard. I mean, really hard. People aren't searching the same way they did anymore. They're not Googling. And they're digging through 10 different tabs, right? This doesn't happen anymore. They're seeking video. They're seeking AI advice. You're speaking French. They're speaking Spanish. And nobody's translating. See, when you bridge the gap, when you start to use their words, your marketing shifts overnight. Google search is fading. And I'm not being in this game for over 15 years and not knowing this. I actually even took all my stock out of Google and moved it into AI stocks because I already knew this. Video is about to become the bare minimum standard. It isn't just about replacing search. It's replacing recommendations. All right. If you've been doing marketing the same way you did 6 months ago, you're toast. This year has flipped hard. I mean, really hard. I used to think marketing changes fast, but I've never seen anything like this in 2025. Honestly, I wasn't even planning to make this video, but back in January, I actually dropped a trends video that I would carry throughout the year that I thought would be stable. But here we are about halfway through in June, and many of those things don't even matter. They're already dead. What I'm seeing now, the businesses that are thriving, well, they're not the ones with the biggest budgets. They're not the ones embracing these things that I thought were important at the beginning of the year. They're actually the things that are embracing the 5 fundamental shifts I've seen. The most service businesses don't even know what are happening yet. Now, think this doesn't apply to you because you're not a restaurant or a TikToker or you're missing like the golden apple here. Well, you're actually, it's a service business or someone who's running a small business. You're missing a huge tidal wave and it's right in front of you. Before we get to this and these shifts, let's talk about why they matter because that's important. So how do you find again, like the last restaurant you tried? Like you would have Googled it, right? Last year, a lot of people would have Googled it, best sushi near me, or clicked on a Yelp listing, or again, I'm using a restaurant just to understand, could work for any service company, for the plumbing or for a garage door company or a water company delivery. But this year it's different because maybe you saw on your buddy's Instagram story, maybe you watched someone slurp some soup on a TikTok video. Maybe you asked Chat GPT, where should I eat tonight? Right? The tiny shift in how we choose dinner is happening on every service. From plumbers to personal trainers to CPAs to chiropractors to dentists to med spas, people aren't searching the same way they did anymore. They're not Googling. And they're digging through 10 different tabs, right? This doesn't happen anymore. They're seeking video. They're seeking AI advice. If your marketing isn't aligned how people actually find businesses now, it's like putting a billboard on an abandoned highway. Does that make sense to you? Do you use AI? Do you use ChatGPT? Are you thinking right now what I'm thinking? Still optimizing your site for Google traffic? If you're not using the real words that real people use when they're making searches in AI, you're invisible. Let's start with the first big move. AI client power deep research. So when you do research on someone, this is where everything starts, by the way. It's the foundation. See, one of the things I did recently, which was blown away, but we got to, again, blown away because one of our clients did this. But hold up, we got to talk about the big problem first. Most businesses like you, the business owners that think in their own words, not their customers' words. So let's say you're, for example, a financial advisor. You're thinking about, let's talk about diversified portfolios and tax-efficient IRA withdrawals, something I actually had to do. But your clients are thinking, am I going to run out of money? Do I want to be a burden to my kids? You see the gap? You're speaking French. They're speaking Spanish, and nobody's translating. See, when you bridge the gap, when you start to use their words, your marketing shifts overnight. This is what I think about. And the next step is pure rocket fuel, but only if you stop assuming you know how your customers better than you think you do. And here's the play. Fire up ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, or any of your favorite AI tools and tell it about your business. And then ask it to go deep, deeper than you could go. The black web, search Reddit, Quora, review sites, all the things that our businesses think about. Find about how you think your ideal customers might actually talk about their problems. You mean the things they put in these forums? Yeah, that amazing breakdown that gets their exact words, their emotional triggers, and their dream outcomes. That might be something. Now, I'm not being facetious about this, but one of my clients did this. Oops. His website he thought was the best design. He thought everything worked fine, but he wasn't getting any leads. And he ran the AI. Oh, goodness. Turns out clients weren't looking for what he was talking about. They were saying, I just need a website that doesn't look like crap on my phone or doesn't look unprofessional so that I can get a decision made. Because he didn't even realize that his mobile phone or his mobile device, when people use mobile phones, couldn't actually get a lead because there wasn't any way to get him phone calls because there was no call to action. So he rewrote these things. He learned it by using AI because people were talking about this, right? And actually, it also turned out another thing, that people, when they searched for his company, they were coming up with different people, meaning that other companies had run ads on top of his brand. Now, when we fixed this, he doubled up his leads in 2 weeks. Now, do you want to double your leads? I'm sure you do without changing up your services and strategies that you have right now. So stop talking like a technician. Start talking like a human. Now, this costs nothing. Just talk like your clients, not like me. Talk like your clients. All right, let's keep going. I'm just being funny here, but Google search is fading. And I'm not being in this game for over 15 years and not knowing this. I actually even took all my stock out of Google and moved it into AI stocks because I already knew this, because I can watch the trends. I see all of our customers' websites, traffic dropping. And it's not that Google's dead. It's just not where people are going first anymore. Gen Z, millennials, they use TikTok and they use Google. My son doesn't even watch television. He doesn't even know what it is. He only watches his screen on his phone. Asking him to watch television is like saying, hey, can you turn on the radio? To us older people. Next, let's try to fix something at home. Let's try and read something, right? Oh, goodness. So reading today is like the devil, right? Wouldn't you rather have a 60-second video that explains something? And especially the younger generation, when they're looking to find something, they're looking for video. And the older generation is doing it just as fast. But I'm making a point here. To get to see your face, your voice, and to feel you out is really what we're talking about. So if you're not really thinking about video as the conduit to gaining trust today, you're missing the whole thing. It's literally like a mini meeting while you're off doing like real work or literally anything else. So instead of obsessing over SEO and finding Google answers and so forth that will solve your diminishing traffic coming to your website, just answer simple recordings to common questions. Start here. What are the 5 most common questions that people ask you, right? What are those? Can you record those 5 short videos answering them? Well, then you're done. Boom. Now you've got like what people want. Now, nobody hires a faceless robot voice. So show your face. Use your voice. That's what builds trust. Between YouTube, TikTok, which do you pick? TikTok has fast views. YouTube has lasting impact. I've got videos on YouTube for 10 years. The YouTubes still work, right? It's not that people go anywhere, but it still drives leads. People still find me after 10 years. You don't need anything fancy. I don't have anything fancy recording this right now. Skip all the AI voices and faceless content. It's cheap and it feels cheap. So don't try and AI yourself out of this. I had a conversation with a customer today. I said, don't do that. Don't think that the people don't know. If you're scared to show your face, truth time, it's going to cost you because video is about to become the bare minimum standard. It isn't just about replacing search. It's replacing recommendations. Let's talk about this in depth. Let's talk about ChatGPT. People are asking for local recommendations like, who's the best accountant in New Jersey? What plumber is near me who won't rip me off? Why? Because ChatGPT doesn't give you a list of, let's just call it ad-related topics. It gives you answers. So when I needed my painting done for my house, did I Google? No. I asked ChatGPT. I gave ChatGPT a request. Give me 3 solid options with contact information. Guess what? All of those people quoted me. I picked one. Done. Right? So it didn't go out and find ads and give me the most, let's just say, person who paid the most to be in front of me. It picked things based off of experience. It was like texting a friend. Hey, where'd you get your paint job? Got a number? ChatGPT? Do you think your friend might be ChatGPT over a while when it starts to recommend things that you like? You think it might know you? So if you don't fill out your Google profile, ChatGPT won't even know you exist. So you do have to do work on, the standard internet. So how do you get your business to be recommended by AI? And I tell all my customers this: optimize your Google business profile and keep it active every single day if possible, because ChatGPT is going, where are these people? Where are these people? And if your profile's not being listed with photos and Q&As and everything you possibly think of, and especially if it's got good reviews, right? Get more reviews, right? The number 2 thing that you have to do is just set up simple systems that get you reviews, because all these systems are going to say, who has the most best reviews? Because that's how it's going to make simple decisions. All these AI bots, right? And this is what we ask every client to work with us on, is get your review system set up. Be super simple and clear on your website to tell people what to do so that AI knows what to do. Simple calls to action, especially on mobile devices, we talked about before. Some folks even write what they call listicles, right? The top 5 wedding photographers in Quincy, Massachusetts. And they list themselves as number 1. Spammy? Maybe, but it works for now. And that's the key, is that you want to actually get your content out there to give these AI machines a reason to find you and a reason to hook onto something. Yeah, it might sound hacky, but if AI picks up your article or picks up your post or picks up your video that talks about you being the number 1 in a certain area, are you really going to complain? Right? And the trend's just getting started. Be the first in your niche to take a lead. Okay, so let's shift gears here. If you don't have anybody to help you, no problem. You've got now a 24/7 creative director inside ChatGPT. ChatGPT's image generator, this is unbelievable. Other designers that are out there are having a fight, right? So graphic designers are having a big problem right now because it's free to use ChatGPT. Think about like visual aids that you need, like social posts and pieces for your website that you've always had to pay for. Now you can just describe what you want. Now, it doesn't put people like me, who are agencies or what we would call consultancies, out of business, because sometimes you need a little bit more than just a simple diagram or a simple picture. But if you're just asking for a simple post, let's say you're a chiropractor and you say, hey, create me an Instagram post with a person on the side, hunched over on a desk, saying my pain starts here. It will draw you out a beautiful diagram. And what you're getting back today is pretty good. You can even style it with your logo, for a vibe. So the future isn't even like stock photos and so forth. It's storytelling, custom visuals based on things you control. And this is not clip art, right? This isn't something that you just, go after and stick up on your website or your social profiles. It actually hooks to your perfect customer if you talk to one of your, like ChatGPT, one of your typical posts. It can build social media for you. There's no Photoshop or anything, things required. So you don't really even need like simple marketing things done. You could be director, or you can get someone to help you. I mean, like us, we do this for all of our clients, but some of them can do this on their own. These little things are sort of starting the process of letting people make decisions and get their own stuff done. Now, the most important thing I want to talk about is vibe marketing. Vibe marketing is the new thing. So you don't need to know how to do everything. You just need to how to tell AI what it wants. Facebook, Facebook ad, create an ad for me with homeowners with bad pipes that show me before and after image. Urgent but trustworthy, right? You could literally do that and put that into ChatGPT. Website copy, like stuff you need to put on your website that talks about your service, let AI write it. You can tweak the tone, make it friendlier, make it less salesy. Doesn't really matter, right? The same with emails. All these things are now possible. So if you were running ads or you ran ads by yourself, did you like how it performed? Cool. Have AI generate 5 more versions before you even go out the next day for your business. Just ask it. Here's what's working. Can you make it better? These are things that can happen, right? I think the question is getting rid of fears of using AI for yourself to experience this. And the goal is also to be aligned with what you're trying to do. It doesn't have to be all polished, but it needs to get started. And we're trying to educate customers not to be afraid. So, you ready to see what this AI thing can really do? Well, you click on the next video and I'll walk you through some powerful things in ChatGPT that we're doing. And as someone who's run an agency for 15 years now, I actually started in 2010. Oy, I can give you some advice for what's coming next. So hang with me. But for right now, let's go. Try out these tools. We're here to help you. Till the next time.